Hi, and welcome back to Darren Bernard's Poor Boy Crafts. Today we're going to make a tabletop centerpiece for a child's birthday party or just to have fun with. But it's a lollipop ice cream lollipop holder made to make it look like a lollipop, or a lollipop holder made to look like an ice cream. There it is. There she is. It's going to look something like this. It's going to look pretty, and everybody's going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun to make. They're real fun to make and real fun to just pull out and enjoy. Real lollipops and enjoy them. So that's what we're gonna make today. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We are going to give that giveaway in July if we get our 120. If not, as soon as we get 120 subscribers, we will be giving that giveaway away. That giveaway is the Star Wars Boba Fett. Hopefully I'll be able to give that away as soon as possible. That way we can have another giveaway as soon as that one's over with. Okay, but right now we'll get started on this. First thing you'll need to do is go down to Dollar Tree and get yourself a cone and a round ball. Now this one comes in with two in a case. This one's by itself, but that's pretty much all you'll need to buy. You'll need a square piece of foam board. They do have this at Dollar Tree too. It costs you about $1.25. So this whole thing will cost you about $3.75. But this is technically all you need. They do have pops down there, so $5 can make one of these, no problem. But this is pretty much all you need, and you'll need a wooden dowel about 2 to 3 inches long. But that's all you're going to need to make this. So first of all, we're going to get this out of their holders. And there we go. Throw that in the trash, get it out of the way. Alrighty. You're also going to need a hot knife with a flat blade. These you can get at Walmart for about $9.97. That's what I paid for this. I think they're up to about $15 now, but they're real cheap, and you can use this with a lot of stuff. So you will need one of these and a glue gun. So starting off with the base, you want to go ahead and paint it. I'm going to use a yellow. Of course, this is my color scheme. You can use whatever color scheme you want, but I'm going to use yellow as the base. So, and I'm not going to paint black. I'm just going to paint yellow. So I'll get this painted. I'll be right back. Okay, we got it painted yellow. Now we're going to set that aside, let that dry. We're done with the yellow. Now we're going to go with the ball. First of all, we're going to need a sharp, long knife, because we're going to trim off just a hair of it. Just about that much of it. That way it'll sit flat on top of there. I'm going to trim a little bit more off of it. There we go. So it'll sit just like that, right on top of it. Make it look a lot like an ice cream. Okay? So we got that one. Now this one, we're going to go ahead and paint milk chocolate. I want to use that little dowel I got to hold it while I paint it. So, get my brush out here. And I'm using milk chocolate. Again, my color scheme. You might want strawberry or vanilla, which is an off-white, almost a yellowish. But I'm going milk chocolate. So we'll get this painted here. Alrighty, got it all covered here. Now this is kind of a little tricky to paint because it's real fuzzy like. So, you know, you want to fill your brush up pretty good and just dab it on there and just kind of bring the brush strokes down. But it will cover. So, got that looking milk chocolatey, and I want to set that over here to dry. Let that dry. Dip my brush in water. Now we're ready for the difficult part, which is the cone. Going to need yourself a piece of paper. Now, place it on the cone at a catty corner like that to kind of wrap around it. Just like this. And taking yourself a marker, bring your marker down the piece of paper. All the way down your cone. See how it made a swirl like around there? That's important because that's the line you're going to follow with your knife, your hot knife. Again, make sure you plug your knife in early. That way it's heating up. It didn't quite heat up, but it will. Okay, the knife is hot. So now what we're going to do is, following this line, we want to put the knife right to it. And it's going to make a little indentation. Want to make a square indentation. Just like this, all the way down it. Continue just like that to make the square indentation. Want to keep them about 1/8 of an inch away from each other. And always going in a catty corner motion, heading up. Now, it don't matter if some of them are bigger than the other. But just like that. Okay. Then, next row, same thing, right underneath of them. You're basically making a waffle pattern. Now the waffle pattern don't need to be perfect. It just needs to be in a catty corner. See, if you look at it from the top to bottom, it's like catty corner, so you have almost like a diamond pointed straight up. You go around this whole entire thing, creating your diamond pattern. Okay, now we're getting to the very end here. Now we don't want to go over the black line, but we want to go up to it. So when you get close to it, just make half marks or full marks, whichever way it comes to. Just guide your hand to the best of your ability. Like I said, you don't want to go over the line. Some of them will be half, some of them will be full. There we go. And you want to kind of brush all the excess off. And there you have your waffle cone. Okay. Unplug your knife. Set it aside because it is still hot. Make sure it doesn't fall on your lap because it'll burn you. Okay. Okay, now for the painting of this, I'm going to use a light mocha. And like I said, I always use apple barrel paints most of the time because I love this paint. You can get it at Walmart for 50 cents a tube. Again, these are my color schemes, but light mocha really looks like a waffle cone when it's done. I'm almost out of light mocha. Turn that upside down because I might need more. So I'm going to get my brush out of here. Look, my brush is falling apart. There we go. And you notice I'm using a large brush because I've got a lot of indentions to have to dab into and paint. And at this juncture, you can paint over that black line because you no longer need it. So we'll just go ahead and paint this. All right, we got her all painted. Notice on the bottom here, I painted most of it, but I left the center. You really don't need to paint that because the ball will cover that. But we're going to set it here. We're going to take that little wooden dowel, one that we used before, but this time we're going to use it for a permanent. Right in the center of the cone at the small end, kind of just see about jamming in about halfway, then pull it back out. Now we're going to put a little bit of glue on the tip of that, and then we're going to stick her back in there. Here we go. That's good. Now, turn that back over. Put a little bit more glue. Well, second, fill up the glue gun. Put a little bit more glue on there. Then we're going to apply it to the base and push that all the way down on there. Let that glue dry. My wife is saying I should have worn my apron. Yep. Okay. There we go. It's all the way down there. Good deal. Had to chip out on the bottom. Sometimes it'll pop through the bottom there, but I don't worry because bottom ain't never going to be seen. Okay. Now we're going to take the ball. It's still a little damp, but it doesn't matter. We're going to put a little bit of glue on there, and we're going to set it right there, just about center. And now we're going to glue around the whole ball. Putting some more glue in. We're getting ready to. There we go. Got more glue. Because now I want to drip the glue down. Just a little bit, and I'm going to do the same on the back side. Get rid of the excess. Same on the back side. Just kind of going around a bit. There we go. There we go. And we're done with the glue gun. I'm going to let that dry a bit. I'm going to go back to the paint. Back to the chocolate paint. Little dab. But this time we're going to use a smaller brush. I'll wait for that glue to dry. Uh-oh, missed a spot. There we go. I want to get rid of all them spider webs. Sometimes pliers come in handy for them spider webs. There we go. Where are my cutters? There they are. There we go. Got that spider web off there. Good deal. Beautiful. Now, with my little brush, all that glue, I'm going to paint. To make it look like melted chocolate ice cream. Just like that. Like it's melting down the side. See how that looks? Just like that. Make it look like melted chocolate. Adds a little bit more critique to it. Now we just wait for that to dry, and we're ready to add the lollipops. All right, she's pretty much dry. She's still a little wet, but it'll work out. I got a whole mess of lollipops. I'm using Airheads here because I like their solid stick. But I'm going to cut off just the tip of them, just to give them a little bit of a spike. And shoot things at my wife while she ducks. I think she's getting used to me by now. But I'm going to trim off probably about 20 of them. I think 20 or so will stick on there. And away they fly. Oh, that one came back and tried to get me. Be very careful when you do this. Maybe you should do this outside or someplace. Wear safety goggles. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, they flew. Okay, now this is a real simple task. You basically just point them downward and push them in. About every inch or so. You don't have to push them all the way in, just push them all the way to where the paper's at. With the spike on them now, they'll be easier to go in. And kind of always point them down, that way your next row won't run into them. There we go, just like that. Like so. And one more there. Next row. And go. Kind of alternate them a bit. Put them in there. One more more there. Go. Now at the top. Kind of play them around. There we go. And there you go. And there you have your ice cream lollipop table stand. And be good for any party. You can be the life of the party. And you'll be able to have your friends enjoy. Have a good day.